Welcome to the Vibrant You Health Show with your host, Blake Bars. At Nature's Pantry, our mission is to lead you to vibrant health through the best nutrition, supplementation, service, expertise, and healthy choices. In this show, we aren't interested in fads or quick fixes. Rather, we want to get into the holistic fundamentals of health. We want to answer questions like, what are the underlying causes to health issues, and what solutions can help lead us to vibrant health? You can watch every episode and listen to the podcast by visiting our website at naturespantry.life. The Vibrant You Health Show is brought to you by Terry Naturally Vitamins and Solar Ray Vitamins. At Nature's Pantry, we strive to work only with companies that maintain the highest standards for quality and efficacy. Terry Naturally and Solar Ray are two of the absolute best.
3, 2, 1.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to episode 53 of the Vibrant You Health Show. I am so excited to have my wonderful friend and guest, Nicole Haggerty, health and fitness coach. And we're going to be talking today about the program she developed called the 7-Day Reset. And Nicole and I have worked together for many years, and she is one of the most knowledgeable, passionate health and fitness coaches that you will find. And if you are so blessed to get to work with her in training or for nutritional consultation or both, that would be, I know I've certainly learned so much from you, Nicole. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you. I'm excited to be here, excited to talk about the reset. And yeah, actually, we've been working together since 2014. So we got 10 years. How great is that?
Oh, yeah, that's so cool.
That's amazing. A whole decade.
Wow.
Of health and all the good stuff.
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Nicole Haggerty. I'm actually a precision nutrition, fitness coach, health coach, life coach. I have many certifications because, we're always doing that continuing education to sharpen our skills and our tools. And I love the 7-Day Reset because it is a way to detox your body, to nutrify your body, to alkalize your body, to flood your body with superfoods while you still get to eat. Because most of the time we think of cleanses or resets or detoxes and we're like, oh, that's nice, but I can't do that because I don't want to stop eating, right?
Right.
Well, I've turned this into something that you're going to cleanse and detox and support your body, but you still very much get to eat. So basically what the 7-Day Reset is we're giving our body a well-deserved break from processed food, a vacation, if you will, and animal products as well. So what that does is it allows our body to reset itself, to detox, and to basically start to reverse some things that we have going on, maybe symptoms, conditions, things like that. Yeah. And so the idea is we're flooding our body with superfoods, with whole alive foods, while we're detoxing. So that's the key is, especially if you're new to cleansing and detoxing, you don't want to just go right into a fast or a cleanse or a juice cleanse because you could totally throw your body into shock and have adverse reactions. You could even throw up and have diarrhea. It can be like food poisoning. So if you think about it, we have toxins in our body literally from years and years and years, even from childhood. So what happens is, when toxins enter the body, if our body can't deal with them right away, it shoves them into little places until it can deal with them. And sometimes it just keeps shoving, and then we just keep getting buildup of toxins, right? So that's why I say it's amazing for you to do a cleanse like this while you're still eating lots of food and flooding your body with nutrients. Because as you can imagine, if you were to let those toxins out all at once by doing a water fast or a juice fast, you could have those adverse symptoms and get sick, or maybe even have to go to the doctor because you are depleting your sodium levels or whatever the case may be by drinking too much water during a fast and flushing, right?
Yes.
So that's why we're doing the 7-Day Reset, because we're flooding the body with foods first to nutrify, to give it vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and then we're releasing toxins. And our body is going to be okay with that because it has all of those nutrients in it to support it while it's letting go of things.
Absolutely, Nicole. And I think it's important to realize that, and I've heard many naturopathic practitioners talk about this concept, which you always want to nutrify before you detoxify. what's awesome about this program that you've developed is that it's both at the same time.
Yes.
And so tell me a little bit. I'm going to turn it over to you, and we're going to pull that program up so we can kind of go through it. But I want to know a little bit real quick about why taking a break from animal products, why focusing on just plant foods. What is it about that that really helps the body like reset?
Yes, sure. So when we are allowing our body a break from meat and dairy and other boxed packaged things, those things are mucus forming, but they can also form toxins in our body. And especially if we're eating a lot of processed foods or we're eating inorganic dairy, like regular conventional dairy that the cows are pumped full of lots of hormones, or the meat is pumped full of lots of hormones or antibiotics. Unfortunately, that stuff doesn't just leave the meat, it's still in the meat when we consume it. So it affects us as well. And if you are eating meat, you definitely want to do grass-fed and organic when you do. But when we avoid it, we are allowing our body a little break to let toxins out. Because if we are really toxic and we're consuming a lot of dairy, for one, because dairy is very mucus forming, and a lot of meat, for two, that can cause a lot of inflammation in the body, a lot of mucus buildup. And it is, even though meat and dairy can be great protein and food sources, it's still a good idea if you're having a lot of symptoms to take a break from them sometimes. So doing something like the 7-day reset gives your body that break from the dairy and the animal products and the processed foods, which can cause mucus and toxin buildup, and they're full of antibiotics and other things like that. And then it supports your body with the nutrients so that you can properly cleanse. Because if you're putting in toxins while you're also trying to get them out, you're just going to keep overloading yourself. So that's why it's just super simple and easy and fast to be able to get your body where it needs to be by releasing toxins when you're staying away from those animal products and dairy, just because they're so mucus forming, and then they can just give more toxins to our body.
Yeah, absolutely. That's such a good point. And in addition, animal products take more energy and take more for your body to break down. So when you're not using all that energy to digest food, your body can use more of the energy to detox because it wants to detox and it can. And remember, nutrification and detoxification are two sides of the same coin. So we've got to put nutrients in so the body can let go of the toxins. And, it's, this program really reminds me, well, it's funny how we found that document that Linda Clavel, who founded Nature's Pantry, had made a detox program that was so similar to this. And so neat. And, Nicole, it really reminds me too of in the book of Daniel, when Daniel and his friends, they said, we're not going to eat the king's food. And the guy let them. And he said, just give us 10 days and we're only going to eat vegetables and drink water. And after 10 days, see how we are. And so he allowed him to do it, even though he's afraid the king would kill him. And he allowed him to do it. And after 10 days, they went before the king, and the king found them to be healthier and smarter than everybody else. So if there's a little lesson in there for our health too. So, and then there's also a book called The Daniel Fast that talks more about that. But okay, Nicole, I'm going to pull up this program that you so wonderfully put together for us. And I'm going to share it. And if you want to just go through it and I can scroll, just tell me when you want me to scroll and I'll be your guy.
So this is the reset guideline that Blake will be sending out for anybody who wants to do it. I definitely want to know if you're going to do it. My phone number is on there, I believe, on one of the last pages. So please call or text me if you're going to do it, and just let me know your start date. Because sometimes, especially if you're new to this and you do have some weird symptoms while you're detoxing, I want to know so that I can help support you. Because a lot of the time it can be an easy fix. Like, for instance, if you're constipated, because sometimes that can happen when we're doing a detox, especially if we're staying away from things that have been giving us a problem. It can take a couple days for our digestion to reset. And doing something like oxy powder from Global Healing, which Nature's Pantry sells, can really help get things moving. And that's perfectly safe because it's just oxygenated magnesium.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point, Nicole. And I'm going to stop talking, I promise. I was just going to say, for those of you who are doing Well, for one, the great point about you have to have the colon moving because that's your main detox pathway. So if that's not moving, that's priority number one.
Yes.
You should be going once a day. If you're not going once a day, you're constipated. And Nicole or I are happy to help you work on that if that's an issue for you.
Yes. Blake is always in the store pretty much, or Kathy, and they can show you exactly where that oxy powder is if you are having those symptoms.
Yep.
So, and that's the other thing is gut health is very important. And while we're doing this, we're focusing on a lot of foods that are healing to the gut, which is why I picked a lot of these things.
Yeah, and that's a good point. And I was just going to say the last thing was just what is, everybody agrees gut health is so important. What is it? It's the bacteria in the gut. We need a healthy gut microbiome. We need good gut bacteria and healthy. The thing that bacteria eat is fiber. Plant foods are full of fiber. Animal foods have no fiber. So this is a really key important fact to think of. The other thing I was going to say is those of you who are doing the health challenge, this is an optional thing you can do week 4 of the challenge. So if you're going to do it, you have a few days here to kind of get prepared before Sunday when we start week 4 of the health challenge. If you're not doing the health challenge, we would love to have you on the next one. Stay tuned at Nature's Pantry. But if you could also just do this, if you're watching this show and you're not in the challenge, you could totally do this. Reach out to Nicole and she would be happy to work with you.
Yes.
All right, my dear, take it away.
Free consults for everybody. So if you're interested, also, if you're doing the reset, I definitely would love to do a consult with you just because I like to give individual recommendations. They take about 15 to 20 minutes. So keep that in mind because it is really beneficial if you get those personalized recommendations to help you on your journey, especially if you're just starting out. Okay, so to go into the reset, first page, we're explaining basically what it's doing. We're nutrifying, alkalizing, and detoxing our body with this 7-day reset, giving our body a break from processed foods and animal products to revitalize, rejuvenate, and reset our bodies. Plus, we may gain mental clarity, improve our digestion, and a nice bonus is we might lose a few pounds. But I don't want us to be focused on losing weight because that's not what it's about. It's literally about getting toxins out. And so when you're doing something like this, most people do lose some pounds, but it's water weight and inflammation that you're losing super quickly. So if you're doing this and you lose like 10 pounds in a week, don't panic. It's okay. Your body is only going to drop what it wants to drop. And 9 times out of 10, we're losing inflammation and water weight first. So just keep that in mind. Just because I know sometimes people can be like, whoa, I lost 10 pounds in a week. That's way too much too fast. But really, it's not as long as you're still feeling good because your body is only going to let go of what it wants to let go of. And when you're fueling your body with the proper nutrition, it's going to work harmoniously and do what it's supposed to do. So just keep that in mind. So if you lose weight, that's just a nice side effect, but it's not the goal. The goal is just to get rid of toxins, right? So that we can start feeling better. And then having your own experience with this, having fun, making it light, and experimenting with different foods. So these recipes are a guideline for you guys to use. You can definitely use the recipes as I have them, but if there's something that you don't have or something that you don't like, sub it for something that's comparable. So for instance, if you don't like oranges and there's oranges in one of the recipes, you can use any other fruit, apples, berries, plums, pears, peaches. It doesn't matter as long as it's another fruit, right? Same thing with vegetables. If there's beets in there and you don't like beets, use a carrot or maybe another root vegetable like a parsnip or something else like that. So just make sure you keep an open mind and you're willing to sub things in and out because this is how we're going to change our relationship with food. And it starts with experimenting in the kitchen and getting into the fruits and the vegetables and the whole grains and nuts and seeds that you're going to eat, right? So we're going to wait 12 hours between dinner and breakfast. So for instance, if you stop eating dinner at 7 o'clock at night, you're not going to eat breakfast until 7 a.m., if that makes sense. So you want to have at least 12 hours so that you can be in rest and digest and your food can digest properly. And then we're going to start our morning with a hydration bomb or a tea of some sort, an herbal tea. And the reason why we're doing that is because the hydration balm has lemon juice in it. And if you want to, you can put cayenne pepper in it. And what that does is it flushes our internal organs, especially our liver and our intestines. And if you added cayenne pepper, the cayenne holds onto mucus and helps you flush that as well. So everything is working together to help your body get rid of toxins. And first thing in the morning is really important to have some kind of herbal tea or lemon water to help those organs detox from what they were working on while we were sleeping. Because everybody knows while we sleep, our body is very much detoxing. And when we wake up in the morning, if we're going for coffee with creamer, that's one of the worst things we can do for our body, because then our body has to deal with sugar and fat right away, and it's not able to continue detoxing what it was working on while we were sleeping. So that's why we're drinking a hydration balm or like the lemon dandelion tea first thing in the morning. And just to back up 1 second, the tongue scraper, I love using a tongue scraper, especially first thing in the morning, because most of the time we wake up and there's bacteria on our tongue. So you just use that tongue scraper and scrape it off, and then you're good to drink your morning lemon water. Because if you think about it, even if you don't notice a film on your tongue, there's still a film on there. You just might not see it. It might be more clear than white. If it's white, that means you definitely have a lot of toxins. If it's more clear, you may not have as many or some different kinds. But anyways, scraping your tongue and then drinking your lemon water so you're not drinking bacteria from your tongue, because everything really is starting in our mouth with that oral health and digestion, right? So then scrape your tongue, do your hydration balm or your tea. Then we're going to do a green drink. And the green drink is definitely a must, because greens are amazing for cellular repair, detoxification, alkalizing the body. Literally anything under the sun, greens are good for. And I've already recorded a video for the shopping list. So you can see in the video where the greens are at Nature's Pantry. You can choose. There's tons of different great ones in there to choose from. But the green drink is a must because it's also going to give you energy. So I'm not going to tell you guys not to drink coffee on the reset. If you do drink coffee, though, you'll have to use an alternative creamer. You can't use a sugary creamer because we don't want to add sugar into the mix or an animal-based product, because it's mucus forming and sugar causes inflammation. So you could choose to do green tea instead, or you can keep the coffee. You just have to use coconut or almond milk and maybe maple syrup. So with that being said, after you're doing your hydration balm and your green drink, you're going to try to go for at least a 5-minute walk, but longer if you can, maybe 20 minutes. And the reason for that is because we have to get our lymph system draining. Our lymph system does not drain on its own, so we have to help it out. And doing that first thing in the morning is actually more powerful than any other time of the day, because again, we were detoxing while we were sleeping. So when you wake up, drink that hydration balm and a green drink, and then you're going for a brisk walk, you're really helping your body's systems, because our body wants to detox naturally, but sometimes we just have to give it a little help to get it going. And that walk is going to be very beneficial and important for you. And then, of course, focusing on our breath, because breathing is very important too, and it's very much a part of detoxification. So taking deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, we literally properly detox with our breath too, but also it resets our nervous system and allows us to gain more mental clarity. And if you guys are like me and have a history with anxiety, breathing is like number one magic to bring you back to reality, to calm you down. Like I said, it calms your nervous system down. It helps you focus and think clearly. So breathing in the morning, of course, too, is going to be really important as well. And then we're moving on to recipes.
Hey, it's Nicole Haggerty, your holistic health and fitness coach. If you want to improve your health and life and get lasting results, you have to be the change you want to see. Let me help you be that change. Find me at NicoleHaggerty.com.
Hey, Eastern Oregon. My name is Justin Hernandez. I specialize in sports performance training for middle school, high school, and college athletes. My program goal is to optimize an athlete's potential on all playing surfaces. The Breakfast Club motto is creating elite athletes, but even better leaders.
This is Summer Steele of Body Say Ursa. I am a licensed massage therapist and certified personal trainer. I work with bodies of all shapes, sizes, and abilities to help them live a fuller and freer life. Connect with me on Instagram and Facebook under Body Say Ursa, Body SAORSA, or contact me at 541-786-5245.
My name is Blake Bars, and I'm General Manager of Nature's Pantry here in La Grande. I had a terribly unhealthy lifestyle when I started working here. I just didn't know how simple and powerful healthy habits could be. Now I love being able to lead others to vibrant health here at the store, through the health show, and in the health challenges we host twice per year. Learn more at naturespantry.life.
Hey friends, Lacey here with Wild Holistic Nutrition and Fitness. As a certified personal trainer and holistic nutritionist with 17 years of experience, I'm passionate about guiding others in their journey to wellness. I work in the areas of sports performance, group and individual fitness, personal training, behavioral and nutritional coaching, and gut biodome health and assessment. I'd love to help you feel good so that you can thrive and meet the purpose you were made for.
Tim James here, founder of ChemicalFreeBody.com and host of the Health Hero Show. After regaining my own health and having massive gut issues and surgery, I'm on a mission to help others do the same. If you're ready to make your health a priority, lose that weight, increase your energy, and just wake up and feel good, you can reach me at ChemicalFreeBody.com.
Okay, so now we have some great breakfast recipes. So we have some oat waffles, and these are amazing because oats are actually a really great superfood. And there is something I want to touch on. So there are some nutritionists and health coaches and things out there who are telling people oats are horrible, stay away from them. But that's actually not the case. We don't actually know if oats are good or bad for you unless you're doing something like an RNA test and you see that oats are good for you and they're not spiking your blood sugar. So that's something else that I do is I'm a nutrition coach through Biome where I do RNA testing. We take the guesswork out of what foods are good for us and what foods are bad for us because it's a blood sample, a stool sample, and a saliva sample based on your own body. So for me, my RNA testing shows oats are actually a superfood. Many of my other clients, their testing shows that oats are a superfood for them too. And it also shows that I have a great blood sugar response. And then many of my other clients also showed having a great blood sugar response to oats. So that's just something you kind of have to take with a grain of salt. If you notice that you don't feel that great after eating certain grains or things like oats, then they probably are spiking your blood sugar too much and you might want to pick a different grain. But if you feel fine after eating them, they're probably going to be a great food for you. So oats have protein, they have a lot of nutrients, they are high in vitamins and good fiber. So that's why I have picked oats. Plus at Nature's Pantry, you can get sprouted oats. So you don't even have to soak them. And then they make a really great digestible meal too, if they have been sprouted. So we have oat waffles, which is really easy to make. 2 cups of oats and 2 cups of liquid is the base. And I have added a couple of other things in there, but you definitely can just use oats and water to make this waffle if you were wanting to. And then you can use wild blueberries for a topping. And then also, if you don't want to do waffles, there's a chia pudding. We have a fruit cereal, or there's a couple of different smoothie recipes as well. So if you're wanting a smoothie and you're in a hurry, you can mix that up and still get a lot of great superfoods in there. Back to the waffles really quick, though. This makes a big batch. So what you can do is just store the leftovers in a freezer bag and then pop them in the toaster when you're ready for a snack or breakfast or whatever. So you can make a big batch on the weekend and then you'll have leftovers for the rest of the week or in a hurry or whatever you want to do. So basically it's fast food, right? Because that's also one of the things is we all want to eat healthier, but we don't have the time to prepare all of this stuff. So these recipes were also designed to be very fast for you. So my idea of fast food is just real whole alive food. So moving on to like our lunches, if you can take at least an hour maybe at the beginning of the week and chop up a bunch of vegetables, put them in glass mason jars because they just keep longer when they're in glass. You're going to set yourself up for success, because if you have a whole bunch of vegetables chopped in the beginning of the week, when you get home, you can just throw them into a casserole dish, and then you can add spices and herbs and mix it up in the dish and bake it, and boom, you have a meal in 30 minutes or less, right? So meal prepping is very much part of this. I like to meal prep every like 3 to 4 days. And what I like to do is I just cut up a whole bunch of vegetables and fruits, and I'll put them in glass mason jars. So that way I have something later, because I very much like to eat fresher things. I don't necessarily like to make a whole big pot of something and eat on it for days, because I do believe fresh is always best. If that works for you, though, I encourage you to do it. So if you have time and you want to, you can make a whole big pot of like the wild rice or the quinoa, and then you can eat on it for days if that works for you. But if you're like me and you like fresher things and you like variety, doing the meal prepping, cutting all the different fruits and vegetables up is going to be really helpful. That way you can mix and match like we're trying to get you to do. Because remember, we're also changing our relationship with food. So the idea is you want to experiment with different things. So having those pre-cut vegetables so you can mix and match is really going to be beneficial. But we have this wild rice tzatziki bowl, and basically, like it says, it's just rice with vegetables, and we're using coconut yogurt, or you can use cashew yogurt for the base. So it's dairy-free because, again, dairy is mucus forming, which is why we're staying away from it just for the reset. And then, of course, if cucumber is not your thing, because some people don't actually like cucumber, you can just leave it out. And then, like I said, make it how you like it. If there's another ingredient you don't like, just leave it out or swap it for something else. So wild rice, tzatziki bowls, quinoa and collard bowls. Then we have sweet potato toast with roasted Brussels sprouts. So as you can see, we have a few different options here. We have our complex carbohydrates. We have our protein-rich vegetables like the broccoli and the Brussels sprouts. And then we also have the good fats like the avocado or the cashew or coconut yogurt. So very macro friendly. And like I said, everything I picked is designed to help your body get rid of toxins. Like sweet potatoes, especially for us ladies, they're really going to help get rid of excess estrogen and other harmful hormones in our system. So wild blueberries, again, also are amazing for gut health and cognitive health. Coconut oil and coconut butter is absolutely amazing for the whole body system, because coconut actually has monolaurin and lauric acid in it, which are properties found in breast milk. So as you can imagine, that's actually super healing for us, not only our gut, but our brain as well. And so, like I said, picked all of these to support the body and help the body system. You even get a couple of desserts, which honestly, the date bark is very delectable and delicious, and it is very satisfying. But I also gave you this half-baked berry protein cake, and I will tell you, this cake I make all the time for my birthday or for special occasions. It does seem like there's a lot to it, but to tell you the truth, it's actually super easy to make. The thing that takes the longest is just making the crust. And literally, if you have a high-speed blender or a food processor, that goes by very quickly. So that is the recipes, the foods in a nutshell. And remember, if you have anything you don't like or you don't have something, just sub something else or leave it out. I can't stress that enough. That's the most questions that I get on the reset is, well, I don't have that. Can I use this? And if it's a fruit, a vegetable, a nut, a seed, or a whole grain, the answer is yes, always, as long as it's a whole, alive, real food, okay? And then next up, we have just a simple shopping list, but be sure to check your recipes. I've put a simple list with just the basic fruits and veggies, nuts and seeds, but again, I don't know which recipes you're going to choose, so just make sure you have everything on hand before you go to the store and add to the list if you need to. And then last but not least, I just want to talk a little bit about the advanced supplements and protocol. So if you want to take it to the next level and you've done this a couple of times, maybe you've done the reset with us already, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to do this, I want to take it to the next level, you might be interested in the advanced supplements. And one of the most important things on the advanced supplement list is going to be the digestive enzymes and the Allo Digest. And the reason why digestive enzymes are so important is because when we're having symptoms, we need support and help from digestive enzymes to help us digest our food, but also to take the nutrients up from our food. So that's part of the problem today is our guts are so sick and overloaded that they're not able to actually absorb all the nutrients that we're eating, which is why it's so important to be flooding our body with the superfoods so we are getting some nutrients. But if we can do digestive enzymes, that's going to help us absorb the nutrients and digest them as well. So I definitely recommend, if you can, to take a digestive enzyme, but also eating things like bromelain and pineapple and papaya are very beneficial because they both have high digestive enzymes in them. And pineapple has a little extra bonus for joints and muscles because of the bromelain in it. So if you're interested in anything advanced, just let me know. My phone number is on here. And again, I would love to do your free health consult, especially if you're newer and you're just starting this. And my number is right here on the reset. So that is it in a nutshell. And let's see, Blake, did I miss anything that you can think of?
I think you did awesome.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, the dinner recipes, you didn't go over in detail, but those are all there. Again, Nicole's number's on the form. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We will be supplying this document with all the recipes and instructions to everybody in the Health Challenge. And if you are interested in doing it and you're not in the Health Challenge, you can reach out to Nicole. I will put her info when we publish this show on Facebook and on our website. So she would be happy to give that to you and help you however you would like.
Yes, definitely. And I just want to encourage you guys, even if you don't want to do the whole 7 days, you could choose to just experiment with the recipes. So take one of the flyers, check it out, and maybe just make a couple of the recipes and try them out. And then maybe you might decide, well, I'm going to do this for one meal, or I'm going to do it for 2 meals, or maybe I'll even do it for 1 day, right? And then if you do it for a day, you might decide the next day, well, I'm feeling pretty good. Maybe I'll try another day, right? You see how we do that compounding thing? So I'll try a meal, maybe I'll try 2 meals, maybe I'll try a whole day, right? But you have to meet yourself where you are and just start small. So definitely pick up one of these and experiment with the recipes, if nothing else.
Yes, that's a really good point. Yeah, start simple. If we make it too complicated, if we're not ready to do the full thing and we try and get frustrated, we're just going to give up. So do it in bite size, do it in the amount that's feasible, realistic for you.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. Really appreciate this program. Appreciate you and your passion for loving and serving people so well.
Yes, likewise. It's a team thing. Really, it is. So thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Love y'all. God bless y'all. And remember, health is the greatest wealth. So invest in your health because you are worth it.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
See ya. See you.
Bye, guys.
The information provided in this show is intended for your general knowledge only and is not medical advice. If you have or suspect you have a specific medical condition or disease, please consult your healthcare provider. If your provider has a strong understanding of nutrition and holistic health, even better. The opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and the guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of Nature's Pantry.